go ahead and cast Appraiser. Alright, Appraiser's going to hit a Mimic. Go ahead and get the Doomscar Titan. And that is a lethal attack. Yo, what is up folks, MTG here. We've just got two brand new wild combo decks coming into Pioneer and also therefore Explorer from the past weekend, thanks to Lost Caverns of Ixalan. Discover, it turns out, Cascade is still broken even if you try and fix it, and putting it on Enter the Battlefield abilities is pretty busted anyway. There were two decks that met in the finals, in fact, of the Pioneer Challenge this weekend, and two different kind of unique versions of the deck. The one we're going to look at today is based off of Jan-Moritz Merkel's build, and he played against Ichikawa in the finals. I'll just bring up both deck lists. You can see Jan-Moritz Merkel's more like what we're going to play on the screen in front of you now, whereas Yuuki is playing white for Quintorius. And the way they win the game is slightly different. Quintorius, of course, was the combo with spells, and so you've clones that can copy Planeswalkers. You're going to discover through your deck for different clone effects. So hey, you're going to clone Quintorius again. Spark Double in particular doesn't legend rule, and so you get the exile, cast from exile triggers on all of them, and that way you can kind of burn out without even having to go to combat. Amazing. I'm going to do another video, I think, on the Ichikawa version. I think there's a ton to explore here as well, but for today we're going to focus on Jan-Moritz Merkel's kind of a Grixis version of the deck. If you're not already, please subscribe to the channel, and let's get into it. So, the actual combo. 4 copies of Geological Appraiser. 3/2, ends the battlefield if you cast it, discover 3. Cool. Discover 3, what can we hit? We've got Eldritch Evolution and Glass Pool Mimic. Mimic can copy Appraiser, can't be in cast, you have to discover 3 again, eventually hit an Eldritch Evolution. Alright, Eldritch Evolution is going to go find you a Trump Carnosaur. 5 will then get you back to Appraiser, back to Glass Pool Mimic, back to Eldritch Evolution. Mimic can now copy the Carnosaur, so you're getting dinosaurs with Trample, and they're big dinosaurs as well. And then eventually you hit an Eldritch Evolution. From here, you can Eldritch Evolution one of the Appraisers into a Doomscar Titan, which is a 6 mana 4/4 creatures you control get plus 1 sort of haste end a turn, and then you get to swing with all your dinosaurs, all your appraisers, all your clones. That's kind of all makes sense. We need to get to 4 mana, we need to find appraiser. Finding appraiser is pretty rough. We can't play any cantrips because we need to be able to discover 3 into just one of these 2 spells, which also lets us play Karuga. Nice little shout out here. We are playing 8 Scrylands with Temple of Epiphany and Temple of Malice, and then we also have 4 copies of Magma Opus, 4 copies of Creative Outburst, and 2 copies of Elemental Masterpiece, all to discard to make treasure tokens. This lets you Appraiser on turn 3. These let you find Appraiser. Obviously we can mulligan as well. And then there are a couple of other cards we're using to support. Because of the Discover thing, we need to have cards that cost more mana than the Discover number if we want to interact. So we've got Bedeck Bedazzle, which counts as 8 mana, and we have Connive, which counts as 9 mana. So the Connive half here, gain control of target creature power 2 or less. Maybe it comes up, probably doesn't. But this Concoct bit does let you surveil 3 and then reanimate a creature. Lets you go again. Beware that if you reanimate Appraiser, you do not get the Discover 3 ability, but it is fine with like Carnosaur, etc. And then also, and 5 mana is cheaper than like the 6 mana Carnosaur. Okay, reasonable, understandable. The deck here, as our removal spell of choice, +3, -3 down a turn, kills most things, kills Greasefang. You will bedazzle someone, probably never. Destroy a domestic land, yeah, never mind. Carnosaur, as well as having like Discover 5 and being a huge dinosaur, has this 3 mana ability to discard it, deal 3 damage to target creature or planeswalker. Is actually like pretty nice removal. Again, kills Greasefang, kills a bunch of important things in the format. Awesome. The thing I haven't mentioned yet is this Gouter. So that's about kind of like going through like, okay, you're going to chain into Eldritch Evolution, get your Carnosaur, Eldritch Evolution again to get your Doomscar Titan. If the Doomscar Titan's in your hand, or if you just want to get more power into play, one thing you can do is you can Evolution one of the Carnosaurs away into Gouter. Gouter puts any number of creature cards from your hand onto the battlefield. Note, Geological Appraiser only triggers if you cast it, so it does not trigger off of this. But the Trumpeting Carnosaur just enters the battlefield, Discover 5, will work fine. And obviously Doomscar Titan with Gouter as well. Again, you've got a ton of trampling power here, and yeah, another little nice workaround that is relatively free to play. The one thing to note about this combo deck is that it can be interacted with fairly easily, either like removing the Appraiser in response, or obviously just like counter magic. It is really good at decks that can't interact with it. So things like Mono Green, a bunch of the different combo decks in the format actually like struggle to deal with this. I think if you look at things like Greasefang, like you need to do a lot of work to actually be able to fate or push Appraiser. Really awesome. All the aggro decks just gonna have a rough time interacting. And so yeah, it's going to absolutely farm most decks. It got a bit of equity this weekend, obviously first and second in the two different versions in the Pioneer Challenge, but some of that's going to go away as the deck becomes more known. That's worth bearing in mind. The rest of the mana base, we talked about, we've got 8 temples here, help you scry, kind of ye old ad nauseum style. We also have 2 copies of Zalfar Void. We don't have 4, the reason for that is because you need blue-red hybrid to be able to cycle all these cards to make treasures, which is super important. We then have 4 pathway, 4 Riverglide pathway, 4 black red pathway, 4 blue red pathway, Ace of Cans of some tokens, and mountains. Our deck is largely a mono red deck. So let's take this for a roll in best of 1 ranked. I will leave links in the description to both Decklist and also tweets from the 2 players in particular, Yuuki, Ichikawa, and Jan-Moritz Merkel, and you can take a look and see their like sideboards and things and what they've done and any comments they have or like feedback from their matches. And yeah, let's hop into some ranked. Alright, let's see what we think. This already looks like a mulligan. We've got Doomskull Titan in hand, which we don't want already. Already drawn a Glassful Mimic and don't have either a way to scry to or our Appraiser. Mulligan. Going to 5, it's an interesting one because the deck can function off very low resources. Again, you just need Appraiser in the lands to cast it, and that's game, which is wild. Maybe we should mulligan again. Okay, double Temple, double Creative Outburst. That's fine. Nice thing about mulliganing, we get to put the Titan on the bottom. I'm just going to keep all the Scry lands, and I'll keep the Creative Outburst because that means we're live for either a Carnosaur or an Appraiser. Okay. Feels a bit weird, but here we are. I'll go ahead and put that. Yeah, the power of the Scry lands is really, really nice for decks here without good cantrips. What I was talking about before with ad nauseum is that the modern ad nauseum deck, when there was like just sandwiches in the format, there wasn't any good cantrips for the deck. And so they just played like Temple of Enlightenment, the blue-white temple and the blue-black temple. Kind of scry over the first turn or so. Try and get some kind of quote-unquote free card selection. We're going to discard a card, let's discard an Outburst, that's fine. So if they don't have an actual Thoughtseize, Escape, Eldritch Evolution, okay, we're kind of still one step behind here. I'll put Opus on the bottom. We're going to Outburst and then into Appraiser here. That goes. What do they do? If they leave mana up as well. Fable should be GG, to be honest. I'll go ahead and do this now. Make our treasure token. Untap. We've got 2 Eldritch Evolutions in hand, let's just bear that in mind. And I'll go ahead and cast Appraiser. Alright, Appraiser's going to hit a Mimic. Appraiser. We did cast it, so we get to discover. Nice, we did hit Mimic again. Had to Mimic the Appraiser. Alright, Eldritch Evolutions. We've only got 1 Eldritch Evolution left, let's just bear that in mind. Way. Go ahead and get a Carnosaur. Carnosaur could hit a Clone Effect or an Appraiser. Hit an Appraiser. Cool, we get to cast this. Get Clone. Now instead of cloning Appraiser, we'll clone the Carnosaur. The bigger Trampler discovers more cards. Get a Mimic. Go ahead again and clone a Carnosaur. Bitch Evolution. Let's Evolution. I'm just gonna. You have lethal damage on board. I'm gonna mess around. I'll just Evolution the Appraiser away. Go ahead and get the Doomskull Titan. And that is a lethal attack. This is pretty much exactly how we drew it up. Even versus Black Red, where they have like a reasonable amount of removal in their deck, they just tap out and do this. Nice. Cool. Alright. Let's go through another match then. We have a Carnosaur here with 2 effects to make treasures, and so we can actually turn for this, which I think I'm pretty happy with. We also have a Scryland with the Temple of Malice. We try and find an Appraiser, see how that goes. I want Endarth the Triome. Carrying it, this looks like Enigmatic Fires, but could be the kind of Ichikawa version of the deck still. I have played against it once on ladder early today, which is what I was working. Now, I'm going to bottom this, doesn't seem very good into this start, and we want to find another combo piece. Mountain here. I'm a little suspicious. I'm very suspicious. End turn, and we will outburst here. Okay, her migration, very likely. So the Yuuki Ichikawa version that I played, Karuga, had migration, and yeah, they might be faster than us here. It's a little worrying. Gonna pass. Well, if they know what's up, we're kind of giving the game away. That we draw into. Go back red land. Is that foreign with the scry? They conceded. I think they think that they know what we're on, and they're just conceding anyway. Alright, I guess I'll play another game. Yeah, I'm very certain our opponent was playing the Quintorius version of the deck and just conceded because they thought we had turn 4 Appraiser. Which, hey, we didn't, but it does bring us to the point which is like, the deck does seem pretty busted. It is effectively a one-card combo, you just have to make some deck building restrictions. I'm going to go ahead and mulligan this. Yeah, if we had a discover card, here in terms of keep, I think I do keep this. There's a case where just like, hey, mulligan until you hit, right? But I think I'm going to try and play solid. So I'll put the temple on the bottom. Still want to look for Appraiser if you can turn 4. You have a turn 4 hand. Should just get the treasure out there. Dragon Triumph. This deck might be everywhere as well. But there's like a, hey, it's a turn 4 one card comboing. Is it too broken? Is it? This card's another card that is actually 7 mana, and so you can it's like one of the cantrips that you could play if you wanted to. You see the Magma in the graveyard. Maybe this is what Ladder's going to be like for the next week. I don't know. I'm not playing for this month, so we're actually still flat. Alright, what I've actually been doing is playing on Unlimited. As playing like a invitational tournament of split format, modern and limited. Which was this past weekend, so that's why I'm starting to make more videos again. I've been on a little bit of a semi-hiatus. I put a couple of things out, but awkward. They have Opus. Do they have the combo here? We do have Bedazzle, that's anything. Okay, so we have Bedazzle to interrupt, so I'm just going to try and do this. Mountain, Trumpeting Carnosaur. If they have a Leyline Binding, which is there's a potential for, then we'll see how this plays out. If not, they're just letting us discover, so it looks pretty good for us. So, Appraiser. Again, realistically, the deck's not that hard to interact with. If Greasefang is okay in the format, this is probably okay. Okay, they're going to kill the Appraiser in response. Now I'm discovering 3. The problem is now I can just clone the Carnosaur. They're going to scoop it up. They know exactly what's going on here. Okay, well, given we've just played back-to-back, I think I'm just going to go to post-game. We can talk about the deck a bit. Okay, that's the combo in action. We played it against a couple of other people playing it, and it's like, the new thing in the format, it's going to be everywhere for a few weeks if everyone's seen it, and it's going to spread like wildfire, because people are going to be like, what the heck did I just play against? Then do a bit of Googling, it's not too hard to find. This version, the Jan-Moritz Merkel version, is being called Geoform, where I guess you could call the version that Yuuki Ichikawa was playing like Quintorius Discover, or Quintorius Combo. Either way kind of works. But decks are very, very powerful. One card combo, turn 4, effectively turn 3 off a treasure. Potentially very, very powerful, but you're making a lot of deck building like considerations here. Like you're sacrificing a lot to do this. You're not very interactive, and it can be easily disrupted. Like if our opponent had an Appraiser there on turn 4, we could just bedecked it. Response, they hit like a Mimic, there's nothing to play. If they hit an Evolution, there's nothing to sacrifice. And all of a sudden, that's that. There's another deck like Greasefang, which is awkward to interact with, and will roll a bunch of linear decks. But realistically, might be okay with the format, but that's a decision Wizards kind of has to make. Are they fine leaving things as is? Like, there aren't any more Pioneer ICQs for a long time. Probably not a relevant format, apart from on Magic Online for a little bit. But, hey, it's an interesting one. at any rate. Deck is really powerful. Deck is apparently very, very popular already. And there's going to be a load of different iterations, and it's pretty interesting, like, deck building challenge at the moment, working out, like, okay, what do we think the best version is going to look like? Very, very early on. I'm recording this literally the day after the challenge, so I've just come back from that invitational tournament I mentioned. And so, yeah, very, very strong. Would absolutely recommend it. And realistically, like, not a like, with all the Scrylands and things that you might have lying around from like decks already, probably a fairly like that's Edge Evolution. That's the you can play the uncommon clone effect here if you want to. It's possible to make like a pretty budget version of this as well if you're interested in that and don't want to like commit to all the different pieces. Like these are uncommons, for example, and it plays a bunch of new cards and pretty exciting cards. So hey, deck is really awesome. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please do like, subscribe, share it around. I really, really appreciate it. Let me know if you're interested in the Quintorius one. I think I'm going to put that out probably later this week. There's a bunch of new stuff from the new set that I've just not had a chance to because I've been focused on Modern Unlimited. Yeah, I played that invitational tournament and went 0-3 drop. It was like split format, 5 rounds of Modern, 3 rounds of draft, top 8 Modern, and then the winner got a Pro Tour invite. I was like, let me put some time into it. Unfortunately, it didn't go my way, but whatever. Anyway, back to YouTube, back to your regular scheduled content. Hopefully, more videos coming, and a ton of stuff to do with Lost Cabins, including apparently very broken combo shenanigans. So hey, again, thanks for watching. Peace out. Have a great day.